All right, mic is hot. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Another Corksicle Productions. Coffee of the day is Dunkin' Donuts Dark Roast. It's good. Not the best I've ever had, but it'll do the trick. It'll do the trick. Welcome back, everybody. Cutting down my return time. Feeling pretty good about that. It's only been 6 days, maybe 7. I lost track. What are we doing today? We're gonna do as many of the items that I picked up over the past month, stuff I got for Christmas. So this will be a bit of a haul video. Gonna kind of try to keep these videos around 15 minutes or so. So I'm gonna get in whatever I get in, and then maybe we'll push the rest off to the next video, and still have to get to this my leathers that I've been talking about forever and a day. So yeah, so let's just jump in. We've done the coffee of the day. What am I sampling? I'm sampling this. This means nothing to you. This is just a decant. But my friend Duncan, the famous YouTuber, has sent me, and I think I might have talked about this already, but this has really been something I've been enjoying. It's called L by Arquiste, and it's a spicy little kind of throwback fragrance, leathery, patchouli, kind of a, I said it before, kind of a mix of Antaeus and Koros. Maybe not so much in the Koros direction, but nice, really nice. That's what I've been sampling. Scent of the day. I pulled out this gem. I was going to wear it the other day, and I didn't end up wearing it. But this is the elusive unicorn called Antaeus Sport Cologne, and I love this fragrance. Now, I have a modern Antaeus, and it's wonderful. It's a couple of years old, maybe 2-3 years old. And when I first got it, I was like, it's not like the vintages that I've sampled. But over the past couple of years, it's really grown on me. This is a nice, fresh, dark, spicy, leathery, little bit animalic. It's good stuff. But this one is, I found, bottom heavy. The regular Antaeus, even the vintages are kind of bottom heavy, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But this Sport Cologne is really spectacular, I think. If you I'm really happy to have this one. It's very balanced. It's very well balanced, and it's it's probably one of the favorites in my collection. That's the scent of the day. I was gonna wear this because I've been seeing videos on it recently, people mentioning it, Oud Wood Intense, but I might wear this tomorrow. This is a power punch, this one. This is a power plant fragrance, Oud Wood Intense. You have to be in the right mood, and it has to be cold outside. It's been chilly lately, so all right, enough babbling. I'm gonna go over a couple of little things that aren't so much boxed, things that I just have out. This didn't come with the packaging, unfortunately. This is something I got off of a friend of mine. I don't know if he wants me to name him, so I will leave him nameless. This is from a house that I've grown to like, called Bogner. Some of you might be familiar with it. And this is called Bogner Snow. Bogner Snowman is actually the name of it, but it just says Bogner Snow on it. And it's a pretty cool bottle, pretty cool packaging. And the bottle's like kind of upside down. It's it's a fresh, icy, minty kind of it's a freshie. It's a freshie, but it's a little bit of a fruitiness in it that makes it really nice. Quality in Bogner is surprisingly good. All of the fragrances that I've tried from them, the quality and the blending is really nice. Speaking of famous YouTuber, I I was lucky enough to have something that he was interested in, and we made a trade for something that I've been looking for a very long time, and I'm stoked to have it. And this is the Eau Sauvage Parfum. Now, this is the 2012 version. I've not smelled, to be fair, I've not smelled the 2017 version, so who knows, I may like that better. I don't know, but for now, I have the Eau Sauvage, a vintage Eau Sauvage, and I have Eau Sauvage Extreme, and I like both of them for, for the differences. But this has completely knocked me out. This is by far and away, as it stands, my favorite version of this fragrance, and it's not even close. This is unbelievable. The myrrh is the star of the show, obviously, but it is perfect. Listen to that cap, is very satisfying. This is perfect. It's a perfect, gentlemanly night out fragrance. It's, man, I can't say enough about that. Okay, so we're just going to dive right in, and, I'll get some of it done, most of it done. If not, I'll come back and do more. Why don't we just start? Why don't we jump into the deep end? This is something that I've had on my wish list for a very, very long time, and I finally got it. And I referred to it in my last video. That I said that this fragrance reminded me of it, and this is Immortelle Corse by Parfum d'Empire. And what it reminds me of is, since I got this one first, this reminds me of this. This is Acier Aluminum by Creed. And who knows who the perfumers are? I don't, it says Bernard Elena, and one of the Creeds says it was released in 73. I don't know. Could be 73. I don't know if Creed goes back that far. But and you can see this was well above the shoulders when I first got it. And I've been putting a dent in this fragrance. This is fantastic. This is everything I thought it could be and more. It's a simple note breakdown. This is a bergamot and fruity notes, spicy notes, vanilla and ambergris, and this is amazing. This is really amazing. And the reason I think it kind of reminds me of this. So this has the spices and the fruity notes with the bergamot. This has a little bit of that kind of not quite sweet fruitiness, and it's been called banana. And I don't know that if it weren't suggested, would I come up with the fruit of banana? But the fruity notes are really nice in here. And that fruity, spicy bergamot opening kind of reminds me of this. This has lemon and apricot with the kind of the honeyed syrupiness of the Immortelle. And they're both kind of similar in that opening and mid. And the ambergris here is much better. There's an oak moss dry down here so they kind of get away from each other in the dry down. But there's some similarities there. But this is a freaking stunner, and I could not be happier to have it one of these days when I get brave enough and learn a little bit more about it. I'll come back and review it. It's shot up to near the top of my list of favorite fragrances. Acier Aluminum by Creed. I think it's safe to say it's my favorite Creed now. I have a few Creeds, and I like them all, but that one's amazing. Okay, I showed this off in the last video. Now, I have this, which is the Modern Bel-Ami, and there's a lot of fans of this one, and I'm a fan as well. You can tell. Look at the dent I put in it. I haven't had this very long. It's a great fragrance, but now that I've gotten this, I feel comfortable saying that I think, and somebody else might think differently, but I think this is better It's just darker, richer. Um, I don't know. There's something to it that just. This is the shaker bottle of Bellamy. There's something about this that's just richer, darker, more aromatic. This one's a little rougher around the edges, and maybe that's why I like it. This is very smooth, and there's no edges or there's no, I don't want to say there's no texture, but the texture to this one is a lot smoother than the texture of this one. And this one, maybe due to its age, I don't know, but it is darker, smokier. It's got a little more lines in its face than the newer iteration. Yeah, so this is a fantastic addition to the collection. I couldn't be happier. The box is in pretty good shape too, which is kind of nice. Okay, and I also got this, which was a nice little addition. This was a Christmas present. This is, and it's in its original wrapping. This is a bar soap of Bellamy. How cool is that? And look how good the condition of this box is. Whoever had this really took care of it. I'm gonna open it up because it's kind of cool. Comes in this like case, like a travel case, I guess. And I mean the soap's wrapped up. But even through the plastic you can smell it. I tell you what, it's a collector's piece, but I'm really tempted to use this. It smells fantastic. Gotta imagine using this after a shower and spraying on one of the Bellamy's. Probably an awesome combination. So, but a collector's piece, a very cool collector's piece. Couldn't be happier about having that in the collection. Okay. On to flankers. I love flankers, and the more obscure the better. This isn't one of the most obscure of the flankers. I don't have those two. But this is a flanker that's getting a little harder to find. This is Fahrenheit 32. Now, I've heard some detractors about this one, that it's too sweet or that it's too much vanilla or whatever. I think it's fantastic. I have the cologne. I have the Le Parfum. I have the Absolute. What else do I have? I have an aftershave. I don't, unfortunately, I have a mini of the vintage, but I don't have the original, believe it or not. But now I have this one, and I think it's nice. I think it's real nice. It's vanilla heavy, but there's also this, I don't want to say vegetal, but a grassiness, a green grassiness to this. It's got that violet, of course, driving the whole thing, but the vanilla and this green grassiness, I haven't even looked at the note breakdown, but this is really nice. This is a nice surprise. I'm glad I got that one. Okay, what's next? Excuse the noise. All right, let's see. What's next? Okay, this is something that I have been blown away by. This was also a Christmas present, and I know very little about this house, and I've very little about the perfumer, but I'm really glad that I got this. This is just a decanter because what I got was a refill. The bottles are actually very nice. They're those apothecary type bottles with the glass stopper. This is a house called Perfumer H, and this is frankincense. Perfumer and I guess house owner is Lynn Harris. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about her, but this has been one of the best things that I've gotten over the past year. There are a few, the Eau Sauvage and the Bellamy. There's a couple of them that I've said, oh, the best things I've gotten over the past year. This is amazing. I don't I don't have very much experience with the rest of the house, but I can tell you I'm going to start looking at it. They're a little pricey, but it seems like these might be a little cheaper. Um, but this frankincense, I just want to read off the notes because it's amazing. It really is amazing. Angelica seed, coriander seed, Persian elemi, Egyptian geranium, myrrh, Somalian frankincense, Atlas cedar, benzoin, and labdanum absolute. And that after the top, there's a bit of a anisic kind of a spiciness, but after that, with the geranium, I guess we'd throw some more spices in there. But after that, it just descends into this resinous myrrh and frankincense and elemi and just the slightest touch of sweetness from the benzoin. This is fantastic. And if this is what Lynn Harris is doing with Perfumer H, then I might have to check out more from the house. Really, really amazing. You guys get a chance to look into this, look into her house. If this is any indication of what she's doing over there, I can only imagine. Like I said, this is a refill bottle, so the bottles are a lot nicer. Okay, let's toss this aside. What else? I don't know how we're doing on time. We'll do some more. Okay. I've been really getting into tuberose over the past year, as I've mentioned before, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on this, and this is Tuberose Criminal. I don't even know. I shouldn't even show these boxes or bottles because it's impossible to see the writing on the bottles, like, and the box. You can't even see it. I can't. I mean, I know I'm blind, but Jesus. But I don't know. Kind of like these bottles, a little Art Deco-ish, maybe, kind of futuristic, and kind of harkens back to a. This is really nice. I've heard good things about the vintage of this, but this is my second Graziel bottle, and I love this. This is really very nice. This is really very interesting. I can only imagine what the older bottles smell like, but I couldn't be happier to have this. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not as opposed to these bottles as some people are. I think they're kind of cool. I do like the older bottles. I do like the those more petite bottles. I don't have one at hand right this second, but all right. What else? This came to me. I ordered this last year from a friend of a group chat that I'm in, and he was traveling, and he was traveling in Italy, and hopped around to a few different vintage stores, and he came across these two. Now, if you know anything about this fragrance, you know that it's extremely difficult to find, and it's extremely expensive. And the reason I got two of them is, and I have a partial, and I also have a backup bottle, a smaller backup bottle. But these were so cheap and well preserved, and the juice, the whole 9 yards. I opted for both of them. It's one of my favorite fragrances next to Nino Cerruti, and this is Lancetti Uomo. I don't know how well you can see that bottle, but one of them is a splash, but the other one, to my surprise, well, I guess this is the splash, but look at how clean these bottles are. Just amazing. The juice in both of them, perfect, absolute perfection. The Galbanum is the star of the show here. This is This is another one that's, this is a splash spray. It comes with the atomizer to put in it, which is fantastic. I didn't know Lanchetti did that. At first, I thought they were just two splashes. That's why the price was so good. But yeah, I could not be happier. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, and I now have 2 bottles of it, and I got them for less than the price of one. Much less, in fact. Okay. I may have talked about this already. But I'm gonna mention it again because it's worth mentioning. This I got over Christmas, and this is Rock by Roberto Greco. This is an amazing fragrance. I seem to be the only one that mentions it that I've seen. I mean, it may be mentioned in other places, but this is very Hermes to me. That's not to say that to pull away from how good it is. It's fantastic. This is an amazing fragrance, and I've already dug into it. Look at the dent I put in it. This is really something. Christopher Sheldrake, if I'm not mistaken, he did something here. I could not be happier to have this in the collection. I will be wearing this quite a bit. Okay. Let's see. What else? Here's speaking of flankers, this came across my radar. A friend of mine offered it up, and it was really kind of cheap. And I like flankers of flankers of flankers. I love the most obscure thing that you could find. That's what I like. I have Ultra Red by Paco Rabanne. I don't have the Ultraviolet, surprisingly, but this came across. There were a ton of flankers for that Ultraviolet, and there were liquid crystal, liquid metal. There were summer editions, all kinds of craziness. But this one is Ultraviolet Man, liquid crystal. This is like, is this not the most outrageous packaging? And it's it's kind of silly. I know people probably like, what the hell? But it's for the collector in me. I just like having flankers of flankers, and kind of an odd plastic housing on top there, but it's surprisingly good. It's an aquatic, freshy, a little fruity. It's got a little mintiness to it. It's actually not bad. I was skeptical on the quality of it, but it's not that bad. Ultra Red, I have Ultra Red, and I think that's pretty good. It's a good orangey vanilla kind of a thing. Okay. Speaking of tuberose that I've been getting into, came across this one too, and this is from the House of Rance, 1795, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Rance 1795, and this is Tuberose Amour. And this is, it says 4 women on it. Pour femme or très riche. And this is supposed to be for women. And the package would certainly suggest that it's for women. But look at that juice. This is really very nice. It's driven by a lot of spices. It says amber floral, I think, on the note breakdown. But the center, the heart of it has Turkish rose, osmanthus, and tuberose, and Indian tuberose, I believe. And that drives the whole fragrance. It's really very nice. In fact, it's got a Middle Eastern vibe to it. And I'd say it leans even a little bit masculine. I have to give this some attention. Come back and talk about that one a little bit. The cap, I have to say it, the cap is shite. It's like a plastic, whatever, just falls off every time I pull that thing out of the box. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna throw this one aside. I'll do two more, and then I have two other boxes that I want to show off, but I'll show them off maybe in the next video. One, this was gifted to me and over Christmas, and it's a house I have no experience with. It seems to be a bit of an influencer brand. Seems to be, kind of a hype brand. And I've heard some of them are actually pretty good. But like I said, I have no reference to any fragrances from this house. And I got this one, and I kind of like it. It's called Hidden Accords by Unique Luxury. And it's, see if I can read this, blind as I am. Pink pepper, orange blossom, pear in the top. Coffee, this is what attracted to me. Coffee, jasmine, vanilla, patchouli, and cedar. I like the packaging. The bottles are really kind of cool. I've only tested it a few times, so I really can't say up or down whether I like it or not. It smells good. It smells really good. If I were honest, right now, initial thoughts, the top is a little bit that pear. I was hoping that pear would be nice, but it's a little synthetic in the top. But once it drops into that mid with it's kind of a narcotic jasmine coffee. I don't know how to describe it, but the vanilla is really nice. There seems to be quality here. Once you get past that opening, the opening seems a little bit synthetic, a little bit, I don't know, screechy maybe. Maybe ambroxany kind of. I don't know how to call it, but I'll wear that a little bit more and see if it grows on me. But so far I like it. It's pleasant, very pleasant. Then I got another one that I haven't even opened yet. I've sampled some from the house, and I have a decant of this specific fragrance. That's why I haven't opened it yet. This is, I might as well just open it right now. We'll open up this one, and then we'll call it quits, and I'll come back, do the other little couple of hauls, and do the leather video, and see if I can't get on a roll of making videos. I really appreciate all the encouragement, all you guys leaving comments and dropping information in the chat. So this is Basilica by Milano Fragranza. I've sampled a few from this house, and I've enjoyed what I've smelled so far, and this one is pretty good too. Let's see if I can get it out without too much trouble. Kind of like to leave the plastic on these things just to kind of save the box, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. All right, off comes the packaging. Sorry. All right, let's see. It's like that. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get it out. Kind of nice, the box, textured. It's kind of a nice box. And what I like about it is that it's not the only thing I like about it, but it's kind of cool. Gives the notes right there. I don't know if you can see that. The notes are thyme and rosemary, warm milk accord, labdanum, incense, resinoid, cedarwood, cypriol, and sandalwood. When I saw that thyme and rosemary up top, immediately thought maybe it's something akin to Homage's Interlude, but and this is one of the heavier bottles that I have in my collection. I have a few really super heavy bottles, but this one takes the cake. This is, I don't know if you can see that. It's a dark blue. Label's kind of cool. The magnetic cap, and this cap is like, it's like a brick. But this is really very nice. Now, if I'm honest, it's not the most natural smelling fragrance, but I've only worn it a few times, but but it is an intoxicating fragrance. It is really very nice. It's kind of reminding me, I have a fragrance called Blue Oud by Abraham El-Qureshi, I think. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of that without the oud. There's no heavy, off-putting, screechy, screaming oud. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I have to check out some of the other stuff from the house. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this house. If you are, hit me up. Let me know, what's good. What else I should try from this house. Okay, so that's a bulk of everything that I've gotten over the past month. Some of the Christmas stuff. Oh, I also got this. Persolace was talking about this this past week, and so I was lucky enough to get my hands on this. This is the Estee Lauder Legacy Collection, and this is the 5 fragrances that Frederic Malle kind of revamped or reimagined, or I don't know. I don't know how you call it, but I put on today. There's White Linen, Knowing, Azure. What else is in here? Estee, and what else? There's another one that I'm missing. White Linen, Azure, Estee, Knowing, and there's one more. I can't quite read these because they're so small. But I did try the Knowing, and I have a decant of. I think I have a bottle of the Knowing around here somewhere, and that's a rich floral amber. This one doesn't quite. It has like hints of Knowing in it, but I got tuberose from this, and I don't know if there's tuberose in Knowing, or in this one, but I got some tuberose from this, and it's not nearly as rich and ambery as the original Knowing, which came out in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to go through that and check out some of that stuff. Yeah, so that's a majority of it. Next video, I'll come back and start digging into these leathers and show off a couple more things. I have a package that I was sent from a friend in the community, kind of a very cool collector's pieces. We'll go over that, and then another box that I just got in today, and I haven't even looked it over. So as usual, I appreciate all the interaction in the comments. If there's anything about these fragrances you can teach me, any directions you can point me in, always look forward to seeing your faces in the comments. Guys, have a great night. Peace.